All right. Okay, today we are talking about one of the most common misconceptions about autism I hear. And so thank you for joining me. If you're new here, this is Autism Advocating. And my name is Beth, and I am the parent of a sweet little boy that is 10 years old, and he is diagnosed with level 2 autism. He was nonverbal until he was 4.5. One of the biggest misconceptions I hear and see is that all kids with autism experience aggression or some type of behavioral type of issues. And that is not the case. The saying goes, if you've met one child with autism, then you met one child with autism. So the biggest thing about my son that I absolutely adore, and whenever I'm asked what you love most about your son, is that he is the sweetest, kindest kid. He may have been nonverbal, but he was always and is still to this day at 10 years old, 5 foot 1 inch, 10-year-old, the biggest cuddler. He loves, we call him big squeezes because he loves the deep pressure input, and he loves to just love and be loved on, especially by those he cares about most. And he is super caring. That's the other thing. That is another big misconception. This child will be doing something and be thinking of others. And people perceive children with autism as not being aware of the surroundings around them. But these kids are taking in more than you would ever dream possible. And they are uh, able to put out more than you would think possible. My child and I were playing a game with his younger sister, and we're playing along, and he randomly says, "Oh, so and so, his best friend, would like that." And it is a Spider Man um, set for like of toys and stuff. And he's absolutely right. His best friend would love that. And now, have him and his best friend had a conversation about Spider Man? Maybe, and maybe not. But chances are, whether they have or not, he remembers that we went to his birthday party this year and it was Spider Man themed. And he's connecting those two things, that his best friend likes Spider Man and he would like that Spider Man thing. So they're super observant and constantly taking in those things around them. And they can be the most caring and loving and sweet individuals. These kiddos' faces with these big smiles and stuff, and their bright faces just can warm your heart. And so if you have not had the chance to be around kiddos with autism and you're here just learning about autism, don't be afraid to engage. And if you're not sure how to, ask the parent, ask the caregiver, what's the best way to engage with this child with autism? I have an aunt and uncle that came up to me and just said, "Hey, can you tell us how your son likes to be approached? What's the best way to interact? How does he like to engage?" That is the best way to just reach out to the family and the parents and start a conversation. So I hope this helps. I hope this provides some insight as to kiddos on the spectrum and bust this myth of all kiddos on the spectrum have aggression. My son definitely rarely has behaviors that are aggressive. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. What kid doesn't get upset? Take his toy away, his favorite toy away, and guess what? Any kiddo is going to have some sort of reaction. It's not like he hauls off punching walls or anything like that, but he's going to get upset. So, thank you for joining me. I hope you stick around. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.